Something huge is brewing as we finally have another massive Connor McDavid contract extension update, not only from Stan Bowman, the GM of the Edmonton Oilers, but also from Jeff Jackson, Connor McDavid's former agent and the CEO of the team. And we will break down all of their comments on Connor McDavid today and where they are at exactly when it comes to an extension. Is it going to be done before the season, before training camp even, before, we have to get to next July 1st. There is something going to get done. We will break that down on the channel. But first, if you haven't, hit that button down below to subscribe here to Oilers Digest. Make sure you do so, as 74% of you watching these videos haven't hit that button. So for any and all Oilers news, folks, you know where the place to be is, and that is Oilers Digest. Now, September 3rd, it is the 1-year anniversary of the Leon Draisaitl extension there. 8 years, $112 million, so $14 million per year there. And we were all ecstatic regarding that, and we thought, okay, that's the one domino to fall, the other one being Connor McDavid, and we are still waiting for that. And ever since Connor McDavid spoke in Calgary last week there, his words have been twisted so many ways there. His intentions to win in Edmonton, Leaf fans, Flame fans were throwing more fuel to the fire there, saying, oh, he's gonna lift the cup in a opposing jersey in Edmonton there. So lots of, again, words being twisted there. And Elliot Friedman of Sportsnet saying there might be something more to him not signing right away, until McDavid signs. There's something imperfect in his eyes, whether it's, effective youth or strong enough goaltending or something else there. The Oilers signing, not signing, trading for, Ike Howard from the Tampa Bay Lightning, finally elevating Matt Savoy to a full-time role ever since, his tryout after the Four Nations face-off in February there. They are wild cards. Yeah, I'm not going to go out the gate saying, okay, they're going to be surefire, Calder Trophy candidates there. We have to wait and see, but I mean, the rest of the team, still, the makeup there, it's still very, very solid there, although, the team is getting a little bit older. Mattias Ekholm on the back nine of his career, 35 years old, Adam Henrique, turning 36 in February there, Zach Hyman, 33 years of age, I could go on and on here, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 32, even though he still looks like he's 18 years old, which is very, very wacky there, and even, Leon Draisaitl and Darnell Nurse, hitting their 30s there. So yeah, there's a little bit of concern for the McDavid camp to say, okay, sure, these next, 1 2 years, fantastic team, the makeup, even though, you lost guys like Connor Brown, Corey Perry, so on and so forth there, the team is still very, very strong there. But again, with McDavid in Draisaitl, this team will contend for as long as they absolutely need to be there. As I mentioned, Ike Howard and Matt Savoy, the two wild cards there, but again, the rest of the team, very, very similar there, aside from, a healthy Trent Frederick and Andrew Mangiapane there, but Podkolzin and Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, so this team is still the same, and there is absolutely no worry to worry or to, stress about the contract situation from the Oilers front office there. And we will hear from Jeff Jackson saying, we're confident we're going to get a deal done. It's not as straightforward as sometimes as people would like it to be. Many contract negotiations. It's a blank check there, but for McDavid, he's just taking his time. We're going to get it done at some point. I am confident of that. Adding on, it's going to be something Connor is comfortable with, both in terms of a dollar amount and a term amount. I can't tell you where that's exactly going to be at this point, because I don't know, but I do know Connor, and he's looking at things from all angles. He's not looking at it purely from like a, I'm going to break the bank and make as much money as I can scenario. He wants to find the razor's edge where he gets paid for the star player that he is, and that allows the team to surround himself with the best players that we possibly can. Gives us options to do that beyond next year, so that all that comes into thinking there, and, not just thinking from a hockey perspective, but this is also from, a life perspective there with Connor. Eventually, he's going to start his family there, and, that's a very, very big decision there. Lauren McDavid, his wife, opening up a business in Edmonton there, so he's just got to bring all, like, the dominoes into the picture here to see, okay, how is this going to look further on down the road there in Edmonton? Giving him his time and his space, which is very, very important with a player like that. You don't want to, push him into the fire there. They go, okay, we want a contract right now. So the Oilers being as patient as they can be with Connor McDavid. And again, do not fret, Oiler fans. I know so many comments being, taken out of perspective in context with his words in Calgary there. But again, as, multiple Oiler writers have said, he is just playing it safe there. Doesn't want to tip his hand far too early there. And again, I can respect that absolutely there. But, Jackson pointed out, it is only September 2nd, and the season doesn't start for 5 weeks. Yes, it is only, or it was September 2nd yesterday, September 3rd today. But again, just be patient, folks. That is what Jeff Jackson is, trying to tell the Oiler faithful there. And he added, McDavid is not looking to break the bank in terms of salary, and again, is aware the team has other needs in the lineup in order to compete there. So again, McDavid just trying to make things easier for the Oilers in himself there. That takes, a lot of time there to sort of navigate the cap and his future. But for Stan Bowman, we heard from Jeff Jackson, but we'll also hear from Stan Bowman here. I think we can just support him in that process. I have no reason to doubt anything he said last week in Calgary with the orientation camp. I take him to his word that he's focused on winning the cup in Edmonton, and we feel the same way. It's just really trying to, maintain patience. That's the hard thing for the outside world to do. I mean, the amount of content on Connor McDavid, not just us, but, all across the board, the Edmonton media and the hockey world, they are waiting for the littlest bit of news to, get their hands around with number 97. But for us, that's fine. He's always been a man of his word to me. I trust him. He's going through his own process, and when he's ready, he is ready. That's understandable. So I guess the internal feeling is different maybe than what's swirling on the outside. As I mean, the Oilers front office, they know more than we do, and that just goes without saying. But I think that's more out of respect for Connor and being patient with where he's at. So the Oilers, again, I'll reiterate it again, just time and space with the captain there, the cornerstone, the franchise. Draisaitl signed for 8 years. There's no chance that Connor McDavid is leaving anytime soon there. Sure, 4 years, the projected 4-year at $60 million, 4 years, I'd like a little bit more, but 4 years, you take what you can get with number 97 there. Bob Stauffer of the Oilers Radio Network sort of putting more water on that fire there, saying, frankly, I'm not that concerned, and I don't think you should be either. It is McDavid watching oil country there. Very, very slow news. We don't have, any offer sheets to talk about this summer compared to last summer, but it wouldn't surprise me if Connor is signed before the beginning of the regular season. But maybe, just maybe, it shouldn't be that big of a story there. So again, conflicting reports there. John Shannon of the 100% Hockey Podcast saying he's going to go into, next summer without a new contract there. Bob Stauffer, Stan Bowman, Jeff Jackson, even, Greg Wyshynski and Jeff Merrick there of Daily Faceoff saying, okay, well, there's still time for something to get done there, so do not fret. There's multiple question marks, not only regarding Connor McDavid, but the rest of the Oilers team. Are they going to get a goalie? Are they going to get more help for Connor McDavid? I mean, how much more help does he absolutely need outside of a goaltender? I will beat that dead horse as long as it needs to be beat, folks. But for McDavid, again, I would not fret whatsoever. The worry level, it is at an all-time low there. He is not going anywhere, and hopefully you don't go anywhere soon if you hit that subscribe button down below and let me know down in the comments what your new thoughts are on the McDavid situation. Did the words from Jackson and Bowman sort of, calm your nerves a little bit, or do you think that's just, generic corporate talk for, okay, we're trying to get something done here, but absolutely, we don't know. But, with Jed Moldover and Connor McDavid and Jeff Jackson, all the parties involved there, they absolutely know more than we do, and that's the latest for now. But again, take care. Have a great rest of your day, folks. I'm Matt.